Hello, we're live. Fantastic. I realise it's early in the evening, isn't it, to get started, and it's a really hot day. But happy Pride, and I thought what I could do is just make a series of hearts and encourage you to join me. I'm going to show you how to make a square, and then I thought what we could do is definitely decorate them. Hello, Gary. Fantastic. Thank you for joining. Happy Pride to you too. So I thought what I could do is show you how to make the heart. I know, Gary, you're an expert at this already, but I thought what I could do, it would be lovely if people make hearts and then write messages. I've got a really nice block of all the colours, so I thought I could maybe during this time fold 10 colourful hearts and do a circle of them as well. So that could be a photograph from this. I thought maybe this is kind of quite informal and encourage whoever's with us now to also check out videos a little bit later on, because I've shown how to make your very own crown. Everyone needs their own crown, don't they? So it's a piece of origami. Yeah. And actually that's been really fun. It has no glue. It's a very sturdy piece. I really recommend it. And a butterfly, which is also a really lovely thing to do as well. So I guess I'm helping to kick things off, which is fantastic. So I'm going to show you how to make a square, and then we'll just get folding and just chat, I think. But do send messages at the side. Thank you for doing that, Gary. It makes such a difference to know that people are there. It's a bit strange talking to yourself on screen, but we've got to make our own parties, haven't we? So I see that you've got lots of good things planned for this evening too. Such a hot day. So for a square, it's super simple. But the great thing with origami is you can fold and make the most extraordinary things with the simplest material that we have, paper. We all can have some access to paper, and you don't need anything special. You might want to decorate it because it would be lovely to have messages. So if anybody wants to make hearts and write messages, that would be amazing. So I'll show you first of all with a piece of white paper. After that, I'm going to go colourful, and I will slowly be folding hearts from across the rainbow, but just to show you at the start, and I'll explain when people join, and maybe if people write messages if they need to be shown how to make a square, then I can do that. So I realise, Gary, now you've done this quite a few times, but the repetition is actually what's quite calming with origami. So if you take a corner and you line it up, and I just encourage people to go nice and slowly, because you may feel like you can't do something, but if you go slow enough, it'll all be all right. And it's actually a lot more calming this way too. So I encourage well-being this way and togetherness. And it's great that you're doing this, and really hard, isn't it, that we're not together physically. I think, yeah, that I thought it was a nice idea that although we're social distancing isn't quite right, we're physical distancing, but we're still together. So if we pull back that little rectangle, line it all up, it looks a bit like a Robin Hood's hat. And this is the way that we can be close for now. Keep safe, have fun. We're seeing different sides of each other. We get to see each other's houses, don't we? That's kind of quite interesting. So I'm going to tear this up. As you can see, I have a very cluttered, colourful background. My partner's a real minimalist compared to me, but puts up with me being colourful. So hopefully you've made a square. So to start a heart, you have that diagonal line, and what we'll do next is do the other diagonal, but just pinch in the middle. I might as well bring this up at this point, and it's not just hands, but a person, which is, I think, what we're missing. So if you aim for the corners to be nice and lined up, I'm thinking of everybody at the moment to UCH and people working from home as well. Gary's working from home. But we're all still together, and we're all doing our very best, aren't we? There we go, like that. So if we take the top, and we're going to bring it down to that middle point, and it's all about focusing origami. And it's always symbolic, I think. There's always like it just makes you think about things like, obviously a heart's just such a lovely thing. I think it's very much the thing of the moment, isn't it? And then the bottom here, we'll aim for the very top up here, and just take your time. After this, I'm going to get going colours, and what I recommend is you can join me, you can make lots of hearts, maybe you could put them up wear them, decorate the place, write messages, take photos, share on social media. That would be amazing. Love to see what you make. And then the side here, I'm going to bring up to the top. Oh, you're having connection problems. Oh dear. I think it's the heat. Other people have been having problems. Meltdown. Oh, well, you must have managed to send a message, so something's getting through. And the side here, if you bring up to the top. But what I'll do is I'll keep making hearts, so I'll show you each time because I've said it's a drop in. There we go. And then you can fold down the top. Just softening the top there. And then the side, otherwise it looks a bit like a sort of pixel heart, doesn't it? And then the side here. Really encouraging people to put things up on windows too. It's not just children. What about us? We could do that too. So you could write a message. Might as well get out your felt tips or pens. I don't know if you have these things. I always have felt tips around. They're great things. Write something. Hope your connection comes back, Gary. It's pain, isn't it? That's not great timing, but I'm sure it'll be the heat. So write your message and add to it. So I'm going to keep going with hearts. I'm going to show you each time. And as I said, I've got a nice big block of colours. So I'm going to slowly make these 10 hearts, I think, during this half hour, well, 23 minutes. And do check out my other videos too. It'd be fun to make crowns. We all need a crown. Right. So Tig, hello, welcome. So I was just showing the principle of making a square, which I will show you in principle, and then I'm going to make hearts out of these lovely colours. Just a little bit behind. I'm going to just make hearts. I thought that would be the thing. So you're not behind because I'm soon going to be making more hearts. So to make a square, Tig, if you take a piece of paper and you bring it over, I'm going to direct it down because actually I do recommend pressing down on the surface. Anyway, it sounds like Tig, you have. I was about to say you've been doing practicing, so this is very familiar, isn't it? You know how to make a square. Yep. So you do it there. Nice strong fold. Turn it over. Get rid of that rectangle. So I'm going to start just folding a series of colourful ones. Pink's my first one. Excellent. So yeah, I'll see whether I can make 10 during this time, whether you can join me. So a square, what we're going to do is just do a diagonal. If you make quite a few hearts, you'll find you may even remember it. You never know. Origami is all about the repetition. So I'm going to go all the way along here. This is a traditional heart. It's a nice one for cards, decorations. So we've done a diagonal. Open it up. I'd love to see hearts. And then folding it down. It's also a bit harder in the air, back to front, because I'm also doing it to the camera rather than to myself. Amazing what the brain can do. And then a little pinch there in the middle. And then if you open it up, we're going to take the top. And you're welcome to send him any messages if I'm being a bit slow or a bit too fast. It's hard to tell. So I'm going to take the top. Excellent. A perfect square. Yeah, it's a good thing to master. That's a little goal in life, isn't it? How to make a perfect square. So aiming to the middle there. And that's the top there. And then the bottom I'm going to bring up. And later on I'll take a picture of the circle of hearts. So we'll see whether I've done it all in this time or not. I just thought it's quite nice to just do one simple one and enjoy this rather than trying to do too many different things. You've got the videos online. How to make a butterfly is a really nice one. And the crown is something I hadn't done before. I really enjoyed it. It's good. Right, we're going to take the side and then fold it up. There we go. Just a nice thing to do. Very calming. Repetition's nice. There we go. Looks a bit like a pixel heart, so it's good to soften it. Just take the tops and fold it down a bit. So yeah, and then the sides. This is the first of a series of 10. I have to say, I love rainbow things all the time. I'm slightly rainbow obsessed. There we go. So that's the first one. Right, the next one for me is red. I've just got this lovely stack of papers. Isn't that just so nice? You just want to make them. So I've had to get used to chatting to myself, it feels like. It's a good skill to have, I suppose. But I do know you're there, so I'm not really talking to myself, am I? So again, a square. Do let me know if you want me to show you how to make a square, because I know there's a few people there, so do say. But otherwise, again, the principle is take any piece of paper, fold the corner down, really line it up and take your time. Actually, I can't really do this in the air. I will then show you. I'm just helping people if they've just arrived. So lining it all up, taking your time. And if you give good strong folds, it will really help. It gives it strength. Also lets out a little bit tension too. And then if we get rid of this rectangle, that's how to make a square. So hopefully that helps if anybody's recently joined. Oh, I wonder whether Gary's connection keeps going. It's the heat, I think. Oh dear. And then you can rip that, just a little tear, and then you'll be able to rip it off. So that's the principle, but I'm going to keep making colourful ones. So once you've got your square, folding that diagonal. I saw there's some amazing baking that's been going on. Whether the chocolate would melt. Well, it probably wouldn't last anyway, would it? Nicely cooked. Gary, oh, you're still here. Good. Excellent. I'm glad. Glad you're still here. Of course, you were still here anyway, but whether you're connected, I suppose. So opening it up, run that diagonal line, and then this is probably the perfect colour, isn't it? Red. I've never done origami. Really? Oh my word! You've never done origami before. Fantastic. Thank you for embracing something new. And then, gosh, and you did a blossom heart based on no experience. That's amazing. So the next step is folding in half. Again, really lining things up. It's all about attention to detail and a little squeeze at the top. Yeah, it is relaxing, isn't it? Excellent. The thing is, once you get into it, it's almost like a rabbit warren. You'll find there's more and more astonishing things you can make. Depends whether you're into abstract or more realistic animals and things. I have not stopped learning. I absolutely love it. And then you might even find yourself making up your own things. You never know. I'm only just beginning to get to that point after 8 years, but you never know. So this top bit, main thing is to enjoy it really. And then I'm aiming for the middle. A bit hard to see on the red, isn't it? To look directly, I'm afraid. Wow, Tiff, you've got a lot of potential then, haven't you, on the origami score? You've already done a lovely blossom heart. And then the bottom up here. There's loads of amazing YouTube. Angela, fantastic. Thank you for joining us. That's wonderful. This is a nice surprise. So Angela's a very dear friend and origamist. And we're colleagues. We work together. We're origamists across global mobile origami. So Angela has got the internet today. That's so exciting. So as a friend has been a little bit stranded without the internet because that's where everyone is. Oh, it's fantastic to have you. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, I'm glad that the blossom heart helped. I'm reading all your comments, so my apologies if I keep on looking at the screen, but that's why it's actually really lovely to see comments. It makes me feel like we really are here together in time. So where it's wide at the bottom, take the side and bring it up to the top. So Angela, I'm just making a whole series of hearts, a rainbow. So it's, for Gay Pride and for my colleagues in the hospital at UCH. So Angela's based in the Merseyside. And I've even had folds. Someone from Tehran has done a fold. I've been in touch with someone in Nigeria doing amazing origami, doing quite similar things in hospitals too. We're going to slightly soften the heart. So I've in touch with people in Hong Kong. Honestly, it's completely global, origami, and it's so linked by people being kind. It's people have made amazing discoveries, and then they've been prepared to pass it on. So you find it really is like a big family. It's absolutely blown my mind. As an artist, people aren't always quite so generous with what they're doing, which is understandable. But with origami, it's all about learning from others and passing it on. It's a real culture of care and community. So a nice heart there. So I've got a pink and a red. And I'm going to go on to the next one. Oh, that's nice. I feel like I'm introducing you all. Yeah, Angela's amazing. And it was so lucky because Angela's kept going off around the world on cruise ships. So lots of origamists have travelled the world on cruise ships, which now sounds horrifying, doesn't it? Because we all know that people were trapped on there. But I'm so glad that Angela wasn't on a boat at the time when things were getting tricky. So we're going to do again, long diagonal. I'm just going to keep making hearts, we're just going through the colors. It's as simple as that, really. And the thing with origami, if you want to learn, just do it over and over again. And it sort of becomes more calming because you don't even think about it. You just start doing it. So the classic thing, which I know Angela's done, is she's made 1,000 cranes. Yeah, she's made 1,000 cranes, which is, I think, maybe with a group of other women as well. And there's this legend, the 1,000 crane legend. If you make 1,000 cranes, your wishes come true, which is a really lovely idea. I feel like you've earned it by that point. And it's often actually to wish people well. It's often to do with health. So in temples in Japan and Korea, people have made 1,000 cranes and hang them up. And it's to wish somebody well. So it's quite relevant for hospitals too. And for us all at the moment, we all wish to be well, don't we? And we wish for our loved ones to be well. So we've done the long diagonal, and we're going to do just a pinch in the middle again. And Angela, I was showing, it's so lovely to have you here. I was showing, make a modular crown. So this is a Tomoko Fuse design. So Tomoko Fuse is an amazing origamist, a Japanese lady, and she apparently got into origami in hospital. It all seems to be linked, doesn't it? So yeah, extraordinary work, using time when you're anxious, when you're scared, when there's not much around you in a way, and then to focus your mind on paper and finding the possibilities are absolutely endless is a wonderful thing. So taking the top, and I'm going to bring it down. Oh, I'm glad you like the crown. Yeah, it was a nice thing to do. So I've been inspired, Angela, recently by making an amazing link with an artist, an origamist in Nigeria, so Oluwatobi, who is doing very similar work, and he was making crowns of people, and they were wearing them, and I just thought they were so cool because we're all that special, aren't we? We should all be making crowns, and people were saying they wanted to make crowns for other people because they cared for them too. So taking the bottom there and bringing it up to the top. I'm having a real natter. This is meant to be the start of a party, so it's I hope I'm adding to your feeling a little bit social. I am missing people, and yet I also feel a little bit scared when they come a bit too close. So this is about the only way we can have a good old chat. I also do sessions for colleagues through Zoom, so that's another possibility. Then you can see each other, which really helps. I've bought Zoom, so you can do that. And then bringing the side. I'm just going for all the colours, really. Simple but lovely. And then photograph a circle. So if you're making, you might have made a heart, maybe made a few hearts. Try decorating them. I found actually that the shape of the heart really fits your kind of design for the LGBT community. The sort of pride colours, but then this as well. It's really good, isn't it? I thought maybe this could be a new way of showing your logo. I don't know. So there's orange. What am I on to next? I might go on to another orange. That's so exciting, Angela. You've got the internet. The world is before you now. Oh, yeah. It really is connected. So that was very lovely. Somebody in Tehran, Ali, amazing. He offered whether we could run an origami session. So we had a session with Ali in Tehran. And there were people in America joining, and in the UK. I mean, how extraordinary. I suppose we could have done these things before, but suddenly we're all trapped. We're all in lockdown, and suddenly we think about, that we could do something together. We've never made that effort before. So it's blown my mind, Oliver Toby, that he's doing really beautiful work. And he's it's almost like a doppelganger, amazing, in Nigeria, with such heart and such care. He'd been inspired by someone else and wanted to pass it on. So the diagonal, and then folding it over. I'm thinking next week I have actually come up with my own, this is a first for me, a new, although it's quite similar to others really, a new piece of origami design, so a fold to make a shell. I've been finding amazing fossil shells, and today I was convinced one day I'd find a nice ammonite, and I found, so this is in actually one of the colleges in Oxford, which is where I live. And just in the paths, sort of cast stone, there's tiny bits of fossils. And I was convinced that one day I'd find an ammonite. And today I did. And I was chipping it out of this path. And it flew out. And it gone. I was like, what do I do? And I searched and I searched and I couldn't see it. Quite a few people came past and said, are you looking for something? It's like, yes. I spent about a quarter of an hour and I did find it in the end. It's really beautiful. So it's like a little wish has come true today. Very random. So I've been thinking about the sea lots and taking the bottom there and bringing it up to the top. Yeah, there's lots of things happening, Angela. It's really good. I think we have to make good things happen, don't we? And that's right to the bottom there. And I think most of all, it's such a strange time. We really have to concentrate on our own well-being, don't we? Because that is everything. How you feel is everything. And it's probably exaggerated a little bit while we're more isolated than before. There we go. Yeah, it was a really good ammonite. I feel like I'm chatting to you now, Angela. Yeah, I could go and grab it. Would you like to see the ammonite that I found today? It's just next door. I won't be a second. I will leave something for you to look at for a tiny second, just while I'm out of the room. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. That's a sort of a logo. I'll be back in just a tiny moment. Thank you for your patience. Somebody doesn't normally run off live. There we go. So that's a lovely logo made with glove. I suddenly saw the love in gloves. Oh, yeah, I've got used to doing origami into a screen. Can you see that? That's what I found today. Isn't that cool? It's between, I think it's something like 65 to 130 million years old or something. It's utterly mind-blowing. And I've been finding amazing little gorgeous shells and things. I think because we're not seeing people, then you start looking around you a lot more. Right, let's do another heart. Sorry about that. I hope you didn't mind. One of the things I bring into the hospital actually is little boxes I call of natural wonders, and I bring along fossils, a beautiful bit of fossil dinosaur bone, and what else have we got in there? A fossilized bone from the inside of a whale's ear. You just think, what would it have heard? How extraordinary. And also a little bit of a meteorite. That's always my favourite. So yeah, there we go. So the fossils I've been finding is in stuff called cast stone, which is often used for making paths. And I've just suddenly realised that a shell just had fallen out from there, and I suddenly realised there's loads of fossils in this. It's those little gems that you walk by, and the ammonite had been trodden on loads of times, so no one had looked at it before. But I spotted it. My little gem. Right, I'm going to take the top and bring it down to the middle. There we go. I don't know whether I'll get through the 10 in time. Yeah, it's a little bit slower because I'm doing it in the camera. But hopefully a good way of showing you, because it's nice, isn't it, to chat and to see it. same time. So taking the side. So your proper party kicks off at 6. Yeah, I hope it's going to be fun. I'm very much missing being there in person. But I guess as in, so it'd be the same for, I think, for chaplains and for psychotherapists, because your work's very close really with people, and to actually be with a mask on and 2 meters away, I don't think you could do this. Whereas this way, this way, I feel like we can be really close and actually can bring a little bit of colour and the fun, and we can be relaxed, and I can join staff wherever they are. So actually I've had people who've joined me who would be at home, and it's during their free time, because lots of people living by themselves and may feel quite isolated, because before we go out for things and see people. So again, I'm giving the diagonal fold, but I definitely recommend doing it on a table, not doing it in the air like me. But I'm learning as I go along. That's keen to get through all the colours. Oh, yeah, the cushion's fun, isn't it? So we started a new project, and actually Angela's part of this. We call it Origami Pulse, and again, it's like the heart. It has a pulse that's alive, and this is now our third project funded by the lottery, which is amazing. And I've been doing all sorts of workshops, working with people in the community, but also within the hospital here in Oxford as well. But this time we're getting to work with an amazing designer. He's so good. Matthew, I absolutely love his work. He's creating beautiful work with such care, and I think he had this idea, which just, so I had this title, Made with Glove, but he's just made it such a beautiful warm image. So the gloves, the medical would often doesn't feel so warm, but somehow he's made it, I think, really warm. And we're going to make beautiful leaflets, and we're going to be donating lots to staff at UCH, because we want to encourage your well-being. Something really beautiful you can take home and encourage origami. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. We're spending lots of time on it because we want it to be really good. There'll probably be about 15,000 in total of these leaflets. So they're going to go to Oxford Hospital, to UCH, and probably to Cambridge, and in the Merseyside. So to think that many people hopefully will be inspired by this, to join the fold, and discover what joy there is. And Oluwatobi in Nigeria, he's also been describing, like, there is no satisfaction or joy as much as just folding paper and finding that you can do something you thought you could never do, as you've been finding today. Tig folded an amazing blossom heart, which you'll see Angela on the Twitter feed. It's beautiful, and that's his first experience of origami. To have done that already is amazing. Keep going. So we've only got a minute or so. I may not have done all 10, because I do tend to chatter away at the same time. But that's what it's about, a community, isn't it? Taking your time, enjoying it. You'll be doing this in your sleep now, hearts. But I was thinking it would be really lovely to encourage people to make hearts, write messages, and put them up in their windows. It shouldn't just be, oh yeah, so the Origami Pulse, there's a website actually. So if you look up Origami Pulse, you'll find it, and we will be sharing, and also my Twitter feed, beautiful videos. Matthew's done some amazing things with my voice already. There we go. And I'm going to do street parties as well. It's a really simple idea, but the idea that we could put like a postcard through people's doors, how to fold a heart, put it in your window, but also meet your neighbours online. So giving a little invitation for a particular time. And it's made with gloves because I want people to know it's safe, that we'll have handled the invitations with gloves. And then, through Zoom, to meet your neighbours, do some origami folding, we often don't know the people who we live nearby, and at the moment it's pretty difficult, isn't it? And actually feeling that you've made those connections makes such a difference. So yeah, I will very happily share with you that project. We're really carefully working on the leaflet, and I'll be so excited to bring that to UCH. I'm thinking maybe 2,500 of these leaflets for staff, and then maybe another 1,000 for patients in oncology, which is where I normally work. So, because it's a bit sad not to be there myself encouraging people, but at least it's hopefully it's a way. Oh, thank you. Well, I guess yes, it is part of a community, and it's a kind one. Kind and tolerant. I've been blown away by how kind people have been, how that generosity, just we all thrive with that, don't we, when we're nice to each other. It's so basic. Why don't people just be nice to each other? Yeah, share the love, and that's kind of appropriate, isn't it? Excellent. So I guess it's 5:30, so I should leave you to get on and get ready for your party. And it's been brilliant to work with you all. I hope it's been nice to have a bit of a chat. I really appreciate you writing all those comments. It really helps, because that way I can chat a lot more. I hope it's helped kick off the evening well. So have an amazing night. Happy Pride. Be proud of who you are and have fun together. Even if it's online, one day, let's hope we can all be safe and happy together. We have to cling on to that hope, don't we? Lots of love. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care and have a good party. I will leave you to it. Lots of love.